Okay, this is our part 3 presentation of the evaluation of our Oahu Hike Buddy app. First, for the design aspects of our evaluation. We had 6 basic research questions we wanted to find out. First, how easy is it for users to navigate the app and get the information they need? 2, is this information sufficient? 3, do we present this information in an aesthetic way without sacrificing any functionality? 4, is the difficulty rating for the hikes understood by the user? How intuitive is the system, and does it provide enough feedback for the users so they know what's going on? And 6, we would ask the users to give us some suggestions for safety features we would implement next. So we had 2 main testing methods to evaluate this on our participants. One was a Google Docs questionnaire, where the user ran through 4 specific tasks and would rate their experiences on each task. And then the next was an observational interview, where we would target specific people and actually sit down and have them use the app in person. And we would video record them, have them think out loud and narrate what they're doing while we document any errors and issues that came up. Because of the circumstances, we weren't able to do this with any of our classmates, but I was able to get a few of my coworkers to do it, but we were unable to get actual recordings. Here's an example of one of the tasks that we had the user run to. They would open up the app, and then instead of searching for a specific hike, we asked them to just browse the app and find a hike they liked, read the summary, and then add it to their favorites list. Then go to the favorites list and interact with some of the features we had, like the checklist and the milestones. To analyze the data we got, Google Forms has some built-in nice graphs that lets us see like how many people gave us 5 out of 5s or asked these questions, and generates nice forms that we can print out. And then for the in-person interviews, this was the paper that I had documented, where I wrote down how many errors people had and how many questions they asked and how long it took them. And then Excel, I took all the 3 interviews we did, and then I took an average of those so we could see how often people had these issues. For the actual participants, we originally planned to do some targeted ones by like finding 2 people who are frequent hikers and 2 people who don't hike at all and have those do the interviews. But again, because of the circumstances, we were unable to do that. So I was able to get 3 of my coworkers to actually do the in-person interview section. And then online, we had 3 classmates do the online questionnaire in La Lima. To get more information in the questionnaire, I also had the 3 in-person people fill out the questionnaire just so we could consolidate some of their responses. So as you can see from these graphs of our participants, one of them was actually not a resident of Oahu. So we had one like tourist data point. And then most of them were used to iPhone instead of Android, so that could have affected part of our things. And then we had pretty much 50% people who occasionally hiked, and then 50% people who didn't hike very often. And now my partner Christopher will show you guys the results of this analysis.
Hi, my name is Christopher Na, and I'll be presenting the results. Our aesthetic design was received quite well. Many users seem to enjoy browsing through the different hikes available. We'll also continue with these current milestones. Users expressed interest in going on these hikes after viewing them. So as far as our aesthetic design is concerned, we'll keep with the current daemon layout. Our functional design could use some work, however. For example, these difficulty icons were misunderstood a lot. More action indicators are needed, such as with the milestones, where users weren't sure if they had to swipe or not. And as seen here, the text is hard to read and not very concise. So we need to bring that down for the summary screen. We also had some extra features, shortcuts, and filters that users wanted to include. Next, we'll see if our research questions were answered. As seen in the table here, the users found the app easy to navigate with little errors. The summary screen was also helpful in providing information about the current environment and conditions of the trail. And finally, after running through the app once, users found it intuitive to add a trail to their favorites. The difficulty rating wasn't understood very well, as shown in this table here. And the most requested features were dangerous hazards reporting, an offline map, and weather notifications. So for our future changes, we would like to relabel the difficulty icons, condense the summary screen down to concise information, have different filters for the homepage, have a milestone swipe indicator, and a quick link to the homepage for easy navigation. For future additions, we would like to include a weather API that will push the forecast for the next day. Here we have our filters for different types of hikes, a milestone swipe indicator, and the weather notification.